judicial branches preside, or that the Supreme Court has decided on. So, for instance, if we think about back in the 60s and 50s, when they would be deciding on things having to do with integration of schools, African Americans being integrated into the school system, because before that, as you may know, it was segregated. So this will be for African Americans, this will be for whites, and so it would be very separated. And now the thinking was separate but equal, but the reality was that a lot of the facilities for African Americans weren't equal, and so they ruled on that and decided to integrate schools. So that's one case I know from the Supreme Court. So maybe look for some cases, and next time you hear about the Supreme Court ruling on something, think about what that case is. So the executive branch of government encompasses the president and his cabinet. So we all know what the president is, but what is the cabinet? It's not a cupboard, but what is the president's cabinet? What's the name?
Elizabeth?
It's like the representatives, like they help him decide whether to either veto it or pass the law.
Not quite. The representatives are part of the legislative branch. So there's the House of Representatives and the Senate are part of legislative. The president's cabinet includes the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Transportation, the Secretary of, whatever else there's, defense. So that would be the cabinet. The president, as you know, is Barack Obama. And here's some of the things that it takes to be president. So a presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States. So what does natural-born citizen mean?
Yes, you have to be born in the United States.
Yeah, you have to be born in the United States. You have to be at least 35 years old, and most people can be considerably older, and have been a permanent resident in the United States for at least 14 years. So that means that you have to have lived in the United States at least that long. You can't live like in another country for that time. The cabinet. So here's what the cabinet is, and it is not quite like a cupboard. It is actually it includes the Secretaries of State, Agriculture, Education, Defense, etc., as well as the Vice President, Chief of Staff, and heads of agencies and offices such as the Environmental Protection Agency. So it's pretty wide encompassing. So here is a little guessing game. It might be kind of difficult, but let's try to guess what these people are secretary of. Starting with Hillary Clinton is secretary of
State.
Very good. Hillary Clinton is Secretary of State. What about Kathleen Sebelius?
Kristen?
Transportation.
Not quite. I'll give you a hint. Who is in charge of making sure that people get swine flu vaccinations, or declaring a health emergency, or that kind of related thing? What's your part?
Healthcare department.
It's close. It's not actually called that. The Kathleen Sebelius is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Okay, what about Gary Locke? Actually, he used to be governor of my state.
Anybody know what he's the secretary of? Take a guess.
So this would actually be trade.
Has to do with trade. Jordan. Michael?
Transportation.
Not quite. This would be commerce. So when somebody's talking about trading and imports and exports, that's called commerce. So Gary Locke is the Secretary of Commerce. What about Tom Vilsack? This one's probably one of the hardest.
Okay, man. You can. All right. Anybody want to guess?
Who's
Go
in
ahead.
charge of, maybe farmers' crops and what they put in school lunches and...
What would he be the secretary of? Has to do with that, Brianna?
Health department.
No, that's Kathleen Sebelius. Tom Vilsack, and actually I got to meet him, but he is the Secretary of Agriculture. So agriculture is, the farmers and whether they get maybe tax relief or money to help make crops over a wider area of land, or how they distribute. So it's regarding agriculture or farming. Now on to legislative. So the legislative branch of government encompasses the House of Representatives and the Senate. So we have two different parts of the legislative branch. The House of Representatives, here's a fun fact, all the House office buildings are named after former speakers of the House. So the current Speaker of the House is Nancy Pelosi of the Democratic Party, but let's learn about the first day of Congress by visiting the kids in the House. So I can quickly, I have it open already, actually. Okay, so, members of the United States House of Representatives. I'm zooming a little bit. Members of the U.S. House of Representatives are elected by their constituents to represent their districts in Congress. Does anybody want to tell me what a constituent is?